You know, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, this is the 24th, and this is December. And here on this 24th of December, I have been having my own little difficulties and problems with the computer, with my so-called health, and been responding to a lot of emails from former SATCOM members. This past week, we had to let 4 people go of the new subcontractors, actually 5, um, reluctantly. Initially, some of them had failed to do what they said they were going to do, so we gave them a strike, and we reminded them that they were on probation. We also reminded them that SATCOM has a security deposit. We don't Well, initially we were having individuals provide the security deposit because, see, you come into an organization and that organization invests its time and a lot of time, and then the persons just decide they're going to take the information and go. Ladies and gentlemen, we had individuals who were telling us about their family situations, about their living situations, about their financial situations, and they were coming to help out SATCOM. And ladies and gentlemen, although we care about people, I care about people, and there's nobody on this planet can say that I don't care. And I have people saying, I know you're a teddy bear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not so much as being a teddy bear. It's so much that so many people are pulling and tugging on me. There's so much work that I have to do, but there is a young lady who has been extremely nice to me, and her stuff comes first, ahead of all of you. Okay, but I have a lot of people that they will call me because they have a situation that's going on right now, and they need to talk to me right now because they need me to help solve their situation right now. I didn't put them in that situation right now. They don't ask me, do you have time? Can I talk to you for a moment? I could call you back. But I don't think I have a lot of time. They don't do any of that. Well, this is what I got going on, and I need to know what to do, and I got this problem, and I got that problem, and. Ladies and gentlemen, I try to explain to the people at SATCOM that I'm doing SATCOM, I'm doing a lawsuit for SITCOM, I'm doing other things for SITCOM, I'm doing other things for SATCOM, a lot of stuff for SATCOM, answering every single email that's coming into SATCOM right now, which is not really that hard. But I have to provide an answer to each of those emails, and I can't, because I'm representing the interests of SATCOM when I'm answering those emails, I cannot come at the people with an attitude, matitude, satitude. I can't do that. I have to respond to each of those people. Well, I won't be answering them after the beginning of the year, but right now that's what I'm doing. I just had a person ask today, what did SATCOM think about the Trump, what do you call that stupid thing? His executive order. Ladies and gentlemen, SATCOM can have a political opinion, but these are the type of questions we get at SATCOM. I have people writing SATCOM, and because I'm answering emails, they're trying to get in touch with EEON at SATCOM, when specifically every single video says don't do that. You cannot contact SATCOM through EEON, and you cannot contact EEON through SATCOM. There was a young lady who applied to SATCOM. We brought her on, and then all of a sudden, she said her email got hacked. So she didn't get the email letting her know about the training. So what did we do? I called her and I said, excuse me, training is over, but I noticed that you hadn't been on the calls. What's going on? Because thought the person just lost interest. And I'm like, well, why did you go through all of that? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with all of you. This will never happen again. We had the 25-word requirement this time. Told everybody we would have, we would check their spelling and all that and check their type speed. We didn't do that. We even told everybody if they really wanted to take the typing test, all they had to do was pay attention, have voice recognition. Windows has its own voice recognition. That's how you get around the type speed on an organization where you don't have to be in the same state. That's the way around it. We even told that to them after the cutoff date. We told them we were waiting for somebody to say that that's what they were going to do, because if somebody had said, well, we just would have did the voice recognition, we would have given them kudos for, coming up with a response that was comparable. It would have showed some intelligence. It would have showed that they had a creative mind. But that's neither here nor there. We told the young lady, said, okay, you missed a couple of weeks. We're going to send you those training calls, and you're going to need to go over each of those calls. And yes, we are going to quiz you on that. We, at SATCOM, we give each of the members their own personal email address, and we even show them how to link it to their email client so that all of the emails we send them through the company will go straight to their regular email, and they don't have to be using 8 different emails like you see me doing. But what you don't know is at least 3 of my emails, like my personal email, I have 4 other emails coming to that one, and then I have 2 other emails, and I have, on one of them, we have 5 emails coming to that one. Like I said, I have a lot of email addresses, okay? They're all used for something specific. They're not just email addresses like some people I got one with AOL and Yahoo and Google. I'm trying to have one with Xfinity, but I don't, I don't have an account with them. So I just got to try to get an account with them because I'm trying to have an email account with every single email provider out there. And I think I'm going to break a record. Not trying to do that. Okay? All of my emails are specific for a reason. I got to make sure because I'm using a different system to play my music, and I got to make sure of what the next song is. So got to be careful because, hey, this is Puff Daddy, and he talking about Faith Evans and Mace, Reverend, Pastor, Preacher, Rabbi, whatever he is right now, Mace, singing I'll Be Missing You. Okay. This is their dedicated song to Biggie Smalls. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know I like the song. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to you guys and let you know that individual who came on and we noticed that she hadn't been on, she told us about her email getting hacked and about her address changing, her email address changing. And we're like, no problem. No, don't worry about it. We didn't say, well, no. It was incumbent upon you to let us know. And after the first day and after the second day, you didn't hear from us. You should have been contacting us. We didn't do anything like that. Well, we gave that person their email address. And the first thing she said, she couldn't get into the email. So I said, really? And we had the staff check, and they said, the email's working. I checked the password, and everything works. I said, okay. I said, change the password, and we'll give her a new password, and we'll send it to her. So we changed the email password, and we sent that to her. 3 weeks ago, on a Sunday, I received a call from that person telling me, with attitude, that she's having problems with her email. Okay. That every time she logs into her email with SATCOM, her personal email account shows up. And she needs us to delink the 2 accounts. So, excuse me. The website, SATCOM 911, we own that site. So, it's not linked to your email. We don't do that. All we do is we create an email for you. Okay, but we have nothing to do with your personal email. She argued with me. I said, I tell you what, I will get it to that department. I will have them give you a call tomorrow. I said, but look, I gotta go. I'm working on a lot of things. I have to go. Well, I just wanted for another 10 minutes. I said, look, I told you I had to go. I told you I will get the person to take a look at it tomorrow, but I gotta go. And I hung up. I had to do the same thing to another person who was a SATCOM member today because she decided to do the same thing, calling me on a Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, the SATCOM members are allowed to call me. They have my number. They can call me. But I've already told them that they don't get to take up my time and ask me personal questions, talk to me about their personal problems, and think that I'm here to solve those. That is told to them at the very beginning. I don't give up if anybody understands, if anybody appreciates. But it's just that's the way it is. So they call me on Sunday. I answer. If there's a problem, especially dealing with SATCOM, I will do the best I can to try to work it out. That person, on that Monday, the email situation got straightened out, but guess what? Ain't heard back from that person in the last 3 weeks. Has not been on a single one of our conference calls as required. We have our conference call every Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday are my longest days because that's when we do our conference calls. Ladies and gentlemen, this person hasn't been on a conference call. They've probably only been on 2 conference calls in the last 6.5 weeks. No, it's been more than 6 weeks. I'm sorry. I'm saying 6 weeks. It's been more than 6 weeks. Oh, God. We're looking at, that was the end of October. And here it is, the end of December. So we're looking at, that's well over 9 weeks now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just do it this way. That individual has only been on 2 calls. And in those 9 weeks, just multiply 9 times 2. Okay, that person wouldn't have been on those 18 different calls. That person would have been on, because the first 3 weeks, there were 9 calls. That person was only on 1 of the 9. And then since then, that person of those other calls, in 4 weeks, they've only been on 1 call. And then we don't hear from them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this video because that person, after we told them, because I had enough, on Wednesday, we had 5 people who hadn't shown up at the meeting, and the week before we had another 5 people who didn't show up, and the week before that we had another 7 people who didn't show up on the meeting. And I said to everybody this past week, enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we were extending all kind of courtesies. People have been giving us all kind of excuses, and we've been saying, look, okay, don't worry about it, we understand. We're not sticklers here for this, and we're not sticklers here for that. But you're required to let us know in advance when you're not going to be at a meeting. And if it's an actual emergency, you have to at least get in touch with us ASAP soon thereafter the meeting. Nobody's been getting in touch with us, and the excuses they've been giving us have been literally so lame, it's pathetic. Now, I'm not going to talk about the person who lost their family member. We had a person who lost their family member, but the problem is we didn't give them a sabbatical. We told them we would understand. Well, as a matter of fact, we knew that the family member was sick in a hospital, and we didn't know that they had lost them. I didn't find out about that until this past week, that they lost this family member almost a month ago, and they said they were going through mourning. Well, that's fine, but you haven't communicated anything with us. We didn't know anything. Now, I didn't write this person back. I just basically said it was incumbent upon you to communicate with us, to keep us up to date as to whether or not you were not going to be at this meeting or that meeting. Of course, we were going to take and give consideration for family situations. But ladies and gentlemen, apparently it is unreasonable for us to expect somebody to keep us informed as to what's going on. It's unreasonable for us to require that people let us know in advance that they're not going to be at a meeting. It's unreasonable for us to expect people to let us know if they're not going to be able to complete an assignment. I'll give you guys a heads up. We're mailing out letters to the people who are part of the debt that we have acquired, the $3.9 million debt. We're mailing out letters to each of these people. And all they need to do is take the name, take the account, put it on the letter. The letter's already pre-printed, pre-written. All they have to do is add the name, put it in an envelope, and mail it. And oh, when they put it in an envelope and mail it, they have to go to the post office and get a metered stamp. Okay, just that simple. And with the metered stamp, they're to have while the person's doing the stamp, they'll just say, just set them here after you do them. And they're just taking pictures of the letters just to give us proof that they mailed it. Because see, ladies and gentlemen, we give you 100 letters to mail out, and you tell us you mailed them all out. Pay attention. We're not only reimbursing you for your stamp costs, for your letter costs, but we're also giving you $5 per letter to mail each letter. So you're getting $5 for putting a name on a letter and going down to the post office and then taking a picture. $5. Okay? And 100 letters? Pay attention. 100 times 5, eventually it would have worked out to more than 100, but some people were getting initially 34. Okay? I want you to pay attention. 34, let's just do 30 times 5. Okay? 30 times 5. $150 for just copying and pasting. $150 for doing something that wouldn't even take you an hour to do. Well, okay, 2 hours. 2 hours. So for 2 hours, divide 2 into 150. That means that person's being paid $75 an hour. But no, we're unreasonable. Okay, sorry, I'll Be the One just played by Drew Hill, and I don't want to hear that again. But we're going to play a little Tevin Campbell. He's got a song talking about how he's going to be there, and we're going to let him play in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, as we told everybody when we brought the people on, that the average pay to each of the individuals would equate to more than $15 an hour. And they're not required to work every day, but some people came into SATCOM thinking this was a full-time thing, that they were going to be paid for every hour, every minute, and we're going to supplement their income. No, I'm sorry, not supplement. We were going to be their income. Ladies and gentlemen, SATCOM is not that type of organization, and we've explained that. Go back and look at the videos when we were explaining about the opportunities at SATCOM. Well, that young lady who I told you said that I had somehow, through SATCOM, set up the wrong email and tied it into her email and caused her some email problems, and then her email got hacked originally. Ladies and gentlemen, she said that SATCOM is said to be a fraudulent organization. Fraudulent? Excuse me? Fraudulent? What are we doing that's fraudulent? We don't advertise. We don't take money from people. We don't sanction anybody taking money from people. What I mean by we only get people to pay us for our services, and we have reduced those services to the lowest cost we can possibly do. Why? You guys wouldn't, if I told you this, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't even understand it. We have a lady, we're doing our credit corrections, and we have a lady where a particular bank has said, hey, tell you what, you owe us $3,000, you pay us $500, and we'll take away that $3,000. I told our staff to tell her that we will pay $250, and all she has to do is pay $250, and she can get rid of that $3,000, and we can still attack that debt. But she'll have a positive $3,000 on her credit file. So it will increase her credit score. Now, if she had like 9 or 10 other negative items on her account, I wouldn't advise she do that. But she only had 4 negative items on her account after she got rid of this one. This is a $3,000 positive. We get rid of all the other. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to find no company that's going to be willing to pay half of a quote unquote settlement to make you whole. But this is what SATCOM was willing to do. We had another gentleman, he wrote in the SATCOM, says, look, I signed up for your SAT 2, but I decided I didn't want it. And I was wondering, could you guys give me a refund? Ladies and gentlemen, we don't do refunds at SATCOM because the moment a person signs up for one of the packages, we already start the work. We're already processing the paperwork. Somebody's already being assigned to the different aspects of whatever program they're a part of. But what I told the person is if he can show me proof of this and that, which was simple, I said, I will go ahead and refund the monies out of my own pocket. It turns out I didn't have to do it. SATCOM volunteered to do it. But I was willing to do that for that person. Why? Because I understood the person ran into some financial difficulties. We don't do that for everybody. But I said, it's the Christmas season! You better believe I didn't say that. I just said, SATCOM, look, ladies and gentlemen, you go to SATCOM, you see right there on the screen, quality, integrity, honesty, and reliability. I am running myself ragged, trying to do everything, trying to make sure all of you know that you guys can depend and count on SATCOM. We are going to be there. We are going to take care of your needs. Some things have been going slow, but look, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We have taken care of all of the SAT 1 98 series numbers. It took us a little bit longer because it was a longer process. This holiday season came in, and this holiday season really interfered. Ladies and gentlemen, it really interfered. But we took care of all of the 98 series numbers for the SAT 1s. There are individuals, and that includes the people who are, well, SAT 1s with SAT 1s. The SAT 2 people, we are going to acquire 98 series numbers for a specific group of individuals. Okay, they will start receiving them. Do not email us telling us you need your 98 series number for SAT 2. That is a courtesy. We are going to provide that information to you. We just need you. I'm going to have to really go back through this phone right here. Okay. This particular phone is my backup phone. I was using it for my car, and it appears I have a lot of music on there that's doubled, so that's why some of the songs have been repeating. This is Mariah, and she's doing this song that everybody and their grandmama appreciated because it was the only remake of this song that you truly had to appreciate, because not just anyone can redo a Jackson 5 song. Sorry, it's tough to do because of the time period it came out. I am explaining all of this because I just want some of you are going to get it, some of you are not going to get it, some of you are not going to care, some of you are not going to even want to listen to the whole video. That's fine. I don't care. I'm doing this for the people who do care. Okay? This is what I've been going through. I've been having to expend every single day. I have a splitting headache right now. I've had it for the last 3 days. And the amount of stress that I'm going through right now, trying to keep everything going smoothly and trying not to get behind. Plus, I have one of my SATCOM members, a very valuable individual to our organization, to whom the system is causing a very difficult time because they want to make an example, force him to sign a plea agreement when there is no violation of a crime, when the actual law permitted him to do what he did, and they're not listening, they're not considering, they don't care. Okay? This is the way the system is. But I am trying to help him, the same as you guys knew last year, I was trying to help Francis. Okay? And Francis is doing okay. Just wanted all of you to know, those of you who are wondering and worried, Francis is doing okay. Her husband, his health took a downward spiral as a result of what she was going through. Um, and let's just say that has caused some difficulties. But I'm told that he's been doing a little bit better, and I'm grateful to hear that. So I just wanted you all to know. And you know what I'll do? I will go ahead and let Frances know that all of you appreciate and are concerned about her. Okay? You don't have to email me and text me. I already know that you are. So I wanted to let you know that I appreciate it. But I'm trying to do the same thing for her, for the young man that I did for her. Okay? Trying to provide him the same attention, but I can't because too many of you are trying to pull, 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 pull from every different angle, and I can't handle that. Everybody wants to get in touch with me, to communicate with me, to talk to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a gentleman that I'll be speaking with, supposed to speak with him tomorrow. He actually wanted to do a consult on the 25th of December. The 25th of December is just another day to me. But, and he doesn't celebrate holidays. He's not one of Jehovah's Witnesses, but he doesn't celebrate holidays. So he says 25th of December is fine. But then he just emailed me today and told me that he'd rather do it on Tuesday. When people set up consults with me, I give them time. I set aside time. Their time is what I make available, not telling them, oh no, I can only do it on this day, that day. No, no, no. That's why they're paying me, because they're showing me that they respect my time, and I definitely have to respect theirs. And I give them my time. What's happening is I've been giving some people 5, 6, 9 hours on one consult, and I got to stop that because I'm giving too much of my time. And it's, ladies and gentlemen, thinking takes a lot of energy, and a lot of people don't get it. My headaches and everything are coming from all the thinking, and I've been doing a lot of thinking. Go back and listen to all the videos. This whole process of understanding exactly how the system has operated. I know that this song right here, if I play it much louder, but this is Bon Jovi, and he's talking about how he'll be there for us, y'all. And so I just got to be careful with some of the songs, because I play them too loud and let the system hear it, then, YouTube wants to get stupid. See, if I keep the volume low, like I've been doing on some of the videos, keeping it for my entertainment, where you're only hearing part of it, they don't say a word. Go to some of the videos, you'll see that there's no strikes, no nothing on them. But, hey, isn't that idiot Garfield? Anyway, yesterday I had one of the pictures show up, and it was some guy surfing. People, I don't care about no idiot surfing. But these are the pictures that I download. When I download wallpapers in zip files. So I downloaded one. It was 50,000 wallpapers. I was going to love it. 50,000 wallpapers? Man, I ain't got to ever look at the same wallpaper twice. The only problem is most of them were women. Most of them were either lightly clad or no clad. Ladies and gentlemen, not on this planet. I found myself deleting over 1,000 of them, and I hadn't even gone through even a quarter of them. So it was irritating that of the 50,000 wallpapers, most of them I can't run in the background. That was irritating. But right now, the ones that I'm running in the background are just wallpapers. Okay, the amount of energy it takes to think. When I am doing these consults with people, I'm literally giving them my full thought process, telling them information I definitely wouldn't be talking about on video. That's why they're calling me, because they want that information. They don't want the general stuff. Remember, I'm not here to give you everything. That's why I specifically won't talk to people about how to get around the system and get access to finances. Now we're working on that, and that's what we're trying to achieve for the people at SATCOM through the birth certificate process. But understand, as we said, that's a process. But that's not a process that I'm going to privately talk with people about. That's why I gave it to SATCOM. Again, certain things I can't talk to you about because I gave my word on certain things, so I can't talk to you about it. I have a lot of people who hate me. Okay? I have a lot of people who hate me. I have a lot of people who used to be members of SATCOM. They hate me because they're disillusioned, because they thought if they came over to SATCOM that it'll be peaches and roses and fairy tales and pixie dust and They thought they'd have access to me, be able to talk to me, be able to confer with me. I'd help them with their Told them that wasn't going to be the case from the beginning, and they still thought that. Ladies and gentlemen, as I just had to tell this one lady today, at SATCOM, we keep our word. We give you our word, we keep our word. Even if we're in the wrong, we will correct it. If our word is too harsh, we will correct it. Remember I told you about the guy whom I said I would pay out of my own pocket? SATCOM was saying, we ain't giving them back nothing. We did what we were supposed to do. We can't help it at the fact that all of a sudden he wants to sit up there and say, give me back my money. I'm like Walmart. I want a refund. It's within 45 days. No, ladies and gentlemen. Told them we can't be like that. We can't be dropping hammers on people. We have to be compassionate. We have to be empathetic and sympathetic. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to do that for every single person who comes to us with a sob story. Oh, no. We also have people who are asking, can we split the costs at SATCOM? You know, can they buy a SAT Pack 2 and then change their mind later in the future and then upgrade to a SAT Pack 1? No, we were not set up for that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's a good idea, and thank those of you who brought that to our attention, because we never thought about it. Thank you for bringing it to our attention, and perhaps in the future we may be able to change that, but for right now, again, we brought in 21 new people. Of the 21, 9 are still here. And I think it's actually a little less than 9. I think it's about 8. 8, maybe, yeah, 8 people who are still here. Of the 21. Do you understand? Eventually we're going to have to train a whole new set, but we're not going to find people from YouTube anymore. YouTube has not been YouTube has not been the avenue to acquire new talent, acquire subcontractors. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening is that the people from YouTube are coming from the EEON channel, and they're pretty much coming from the EEON channel thinking that SATCOM is EEON. I mean, I even had the young lady say, hey, you say you're not part of SATCOM. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't part of SATCOM until we went through this latest getting rid of 12 people. Because, well, we say get rid of, but let me make it quite clear. We've had to let people go because they didn't fulfill their obligation. We haven't had to fire anybody because they did their job. And technically, no. Everybody that we had to let go simply stopped doing anything. We had no choice. You know, because it's like gangrene. Okay? We can't allow that. So we just had to, like I said, this past week, they hadn't shown up for several meetings. They hadn't participated in the groups they were in. We simply had to say no. I mean, I just had a lady say, well, I finally got the means to be able to do this, and I finally took care of it, and it's all done. And then when she did it, she didn't do it the way we asked her to do it. And I want to get paid for what I did. What? You knew what the policy was? Oh, by the way, you know you missed Wednesday. Well, what's the reason you missed Wednesday? What are you talking about? Wednesday. The meeting we had on Wednesday. What's your reason for missing that meeting? Oh, I had to take care of a dog. Excuse me? I had to take care of a dog. Wait. You missed Wednesday? Okay, who did you give notice to that you were going to miss that meeting? Oh, I told such and such. No, I'm sorry. I talked with both of them. I said, neither one of them received an email from you, and I looked and checked to make sure that there was an email from you to them, and there are no emails from you to them. I looked into the account. Well, no, I didn't contact them on that day. I contacted them before, and we talked on the phone, and I didn't contact them by email. Excuse me, you contacted them by the phone. I said, but no, see, I'm in charge of that meeting. So how come you didn't contact me? I'm in charge of that group. How come you didn't contact me on that day either? Because I emailed you personally. No response. I said, okay. This is what I'm going through. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can tell you, I'm a believer, is it has been on my mind all day. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just thinking about something. There's a plane crash in Florida that happened this morning. And they said it was completely foggy. And there's no way in the world that plane should have been taking off that morning. And that the pilot overshot the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, you listen to the names of the people who were on that flight, and you realize this was a money's flight, that there was a lot of money on that plane. You could see the last names and know that they were generational names. They weren't Jones and Smith names. No, these were Hollingsworth and Woman Smith. Okay? These and Junior. Okay? Understand, when I saw the names, I automatically knew that these weren't no good old boys Texas names. Okay? That this was money on that plane. And it goes off the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, fine, the plane went off the runway. But the plane bursted into flames at the end of the runway. Well, that's possible because it's probably going 90, 100 miles an hour. Yes, but why did it not get lift? It was foggy. There was nothing else going on. It was just a lot of fog. He's going down the runway. It didn't say he veered off the runway in the fog. It said that he went off the end of the runway, that he overshot the runway taking off. Ladies and gentlemen, experienced pilot. This was his plane. Doesn't happen. And every other plane was taken, hey, I'm dreaming. This is Christopher Williams. I was about to say Keith Washington. Christopher Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, anyway, experienced pilot, his own plane. There's an airport that he's taken off from many times before. This is a clockwork thing. If you don't believe me, just imagine you're driving to the same store you go to every week, and it takes you 10 minutes to get there every week, and all of a sudden the next week, no traffic, it takes you 15 minutes. And you don't automatically think to yourself something's wrong? You see, going down a runway, you know how long it should take you to get from A to Z. If you get to A to Z and you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Roman numerals, then you know something's wrong. Well, this pilot, being on this plane, is aware that he overshot the runway. He went further past the driveway into the middle of the street than he should have been, because he does it all the time. Something isn't right about that story. Okay? Something is wrong. But I'm not saying anything other than what the facts are. Somebody just needs to understand something's wrong with that story. Ladies and gentlemen, did a video yesterday talking about not predicting anything, just how things were going to go. And it just turns out I was looking at the news later and it was like somebody had wrote about what I had talked about as if they knew I was going to talk about it and write about it later. In other words, thank you for saying I was right. Then I'm seeing about the conflicts with Ukraine because of Trump selling weapons to Ukraine. Why would Trump sell weapons to Ukraine? Because they're trying to cause conflict. They're trying to cause conflict. But is it Russia their friend? Ain't no friends in the United States. Okay? They want to disrupt what's going on between Russia and Ukraine. They know that Russia needs Ukraine in order to get its fuel, and the United States wants to cause some difficulty to take care of and keep the trade thing going on. Oh, by the way, this is an idiot, but that particular turbine is turned off, okay? Because if that turbine was turned on, he would be spaghetti. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was just doing this video to let you all know that this is Sunday. And on this Sunday, no break. Since I woke up this morning. And I was telling this to some of the members of SATCOM that some of the members I do not call, they do not get to talk about SATCOM business with me on the weekend. I tell them that's for them and their family. And I will not let them talk to me about SATCOM business on the weekend. That is just the fact. And I tell everybody else that I cannot contact that department. They do not work on the weekend. Okay? Other members I allow to call me. We have conversations. We'll talk about SATCOM. Then others we won't talk about SATCOM. But they can contact me. But ladies and gentlemen, I was letting them know that, hey, I don't get a break. You know, that so much is being required of me. But that's okay. SATCOM was an idea, a concept, and now it's coming to fruition. And now SATCOM is getting ready to take that next step to becoming what SATCOM is supposed to become. I want to thank you guys for taking this trip and joining us. You know what? I like that right there. Okay, that scenery, that outline right there, I like that. I don't appreciate, because, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, these states, these officials who run these states, and the way they run these states, I have no appreciation for. The corruption in each one of the states. Something told me, oh, by the way, this song right here, y'all know this song, I'll do everything. And all these people trying to redo this song, they need to leave Shaka Khan and Whitney alone. You want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. Okay, including me, huh? Well, anyway, all of these states, the corruption. I mean, I was thinking, look, I've always known California was bureaucratic and that they didn't follow the rules. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not that they're not following the rules, it's that we have misunderstood what the rules are. And it has been my job, has been my endeavor to find out what the secrets were, how they were really operating. Now that we know that they're operating militarily, administratively militarily, okay, you all kept hearing about the Libra Code and all of that. Well, now that you know that that's what's going on, the Libra Code, military code, the March 9th, 1933 Act, now that you guys know that, you should have a better angle of attack, a better angle of working around. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, this wasn't supposed to be the type of video. I'm trying to see what this word is. I know this is hide. Oh, a ways. Okay, because this couldn't tell if this was a W because it looked like an N, but I couldn't tell what that letter was, but now I can see it's a W. Okay, whoever made that font, y'all need help. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to continue this video. Just wanted to basically let you know some of the things I go through so some of you can understand. There are a lot of you who care about this man, and this man says thank you. Don't express it often. I know y'all don't hear me say it enough, and I know y'all wish y'all did hear me say it more, but this ain't that type of show. This ain't that type of program. Okay? I'm only trying to give information to people. Now remember, I want you to understand, I'm not required to give this information. I mean, I'm the one that requires me to do so, but I don't owe it to anybody. Okay? So some people are treating it as if I have to do it, and I have to do it the way they want to do it. And so again, there's that finger that just keeps popping up every single time they do that. And I want to keep that finger under wraps, but some people want that finger to keep showing up, and so it will. But for the rest of you who really appreciate, understand, yes, 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 it's having an effect on my health. Yes, I understand. Don't worry about that. I can handle that. Okay? And when it's time for me to fully walk away, I will. You guys already know I'm not doing any more seminars. Okay? No more seminars. Because it has to be that way. Okay? I can't run myself ragged. The lawsuit? Oh man, beginning of this year. And now that we have the information about the mortgages, and now that you guys know why you're doing paid to the order of the United States of America without recourse because it's an obligation of the United States, now you're understanding that the banks can come take your property because you don't have a land grant on a land patent on your property. It's a mortgage, and because the banks have a mortgage on all of the homes in America, that's why they can take your home. And because of all the other property of the people, that's why they can come take your car. That's why you don't have a right to property anymore, because you have not received the right paperwork from the government. That's why people were talking about the MSO. Okay? The manufacturers, or MCO, manufacturer's certificate of origin. Okay? That's why people were talking about that, because once you get the certificate of origin, you actually have title to the car. That's how you can prove that the DMV has the car registered to the state, because it's all the other property of the people. Now you see how it all comes together? Okay? Y'all, this is Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew. And he's talking about getting ready. Okay? So, 2018, why don't we all just, I'm getting ready. Why don't we just go ahead and get ready? Okay? It's necessary, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We know what's going on. We can prove it now. We know why the DMV owns all property. In other words, your car. Why you only receive a certificate of title. We know why the birth certificate is proof of ownership of property. We can prove that now. If you don't understand, just go back and listen to the last 9 videos done by me. It explains it, especially the one talking about land patents. I told you guys from the very beginning, birth certificate, proof of property. Now you understand that everything we're doing is according to what the foundation of everything is. Remember, you have to start from the foundation. So what did we do here on this channel? Did we not take you to the foundation to show you where everything got started, how it got started, why it's running the way it's running? That's what this is all about. So I promise you, you can go to all those other sites and you can listen to those guys, because what they're going to do is they're just going to talk. This is the only video where I'm not actually taking you and showing you this and showing you that, because that's not what this video was supposed to be for. But you go and you look at my videos, I'm showing you everything. I'm showing you everything and then showing you the case law and showing you the explanation and showing you how it comes together. The other sites, sorry, they're just talking. Blah, 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 blah. They might as well be rappers because they ain't talking about nothing. Because not LL, Dougie. I like Dougie. Okay, I've always liked Dougie. Okay, Dougie was always okay. He is, like he said, the greatest entertainer because that's what he was, an entertainer. I like Dougie. Okay, but getting back to you, me, and this thing right here, there is not much more that I can give all of you other than the foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, once you understand the foundation, see, that's where it comes from. Once you understand where everything comes from, then you can start to see how everything evolved. But remember, they can't change it too much because they would have to go back and change the two proclamations, 2039 and 2040, and the Trading with the Enemies Act, the Act of March, as amended, March 9th, 1933. They can't change that because that's the foundation of all of this BS. Okay, without that, remember we showed you where the Senate says, without that, they wouldn't have no authority today. They're statutory laws, and it's not actually statutes, ladies and gentlemen. These are military codes, military statutes. They're not civil statutes like they keep trying to tell you. They're not civilian codes. These are all done under the military authority. And yes, there are some provisions that allows them to do this and do that, but like they said, 470 differing statutes that they've received authority that is unconstitutional. That was the Senate saying that. Okay? You ask me my opinion, I will tell you that that is a military coup. The Constitution says that's a military coup. All of it was unconstitutional because the Constitution did not permit it. The commander-in-chief of the U.S. military cannot order the civilian population, the civilian Congress, and the civilian Supreme Court to do anything. But they declared a military emergency because remember, they made it Army and other emergency. So they made it times of war and national emergency. And guess what? They never defined what a national emergency was. They said the president can declare a national emergency. The Constitution doesn't say that. They said it. Okay, that's another one of those songs that repeats. Now look, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do what this song says, but we ain't going to do that, okay? We're going to let y'all get back to y'all day because I'm not going to make you love me. But Diana and the Temptations says, oh yeah, they're going to make you love me. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen and ladies, on this December 24th, 2017, I say it's going to be a bumpy road, but I just wish that all of you guys knew what was coming. I can't tell you everything that's coming. I can't tell you that, yes, I know what's getting ready to happen on so many different levels. I can't reveal that information to you. I can only tell you that they're getting ready to do something very stupid. But before they do something very stupid, they're going to allow you all to have some access. Because they have to let you have some access. They have to make you guys think everything is okay before they slam the hammer on you. You don't believe me? Go back to before the so-called Iraq Gulf War. That stupid thing they did in 2000 with the so-called terrorist so-called attacks called 9/11. Look at how everything was going okay. Except for that Friday previously. Remember, the stock market tumbled 1,500 points. Okay? Remember that to show you how easy things were going, the Treasury could not account for $2.3 trillion. Everything was going fine. People were getting away with so much because all of you were distracted because you were doing okay. Gas prices were so low, it was pathetic. Okay? Everything was going fine prior to the week of September the 8th. Because remember, September 11th, Trade Center. September the 8th, stock market crashing. But prior to that, there were no events on the horizon. Everything was going okay. Okay, but understand, they're going to do the same thing. Not going to say it's going to be another September thing, but they're going to do the same thing. And when they do the same thing this time, you're going to be okay for a minute. You're going to have some freedoms. Remember, they brought the tax bill in to make you think everything was going to be okay. You're going to be able to save taxes. Look, that's why they did it before the new year. Okay? Because they're going to let the corporations make more and more money. That's why, who was that stupid corporation giving its employees $100 bonuses, $500 bonuses, $1,000 bonuses because of the tax bill being passed? You got to love it, ladies and gentlemen. Turning the radio off because this video is over. I just want all of you to be prepared for what's coming, because when it comes, you're going to know in advance that you knew in advance. So the idea is for you to prepare for it. Well, thank you all for all of this time. Oh, look, it's a cake. It's a cake. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I couldn't count all the stars. It was like stars and stripes. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.